What's up guys and welcome to FPL Today. I'm the man in the know J&O with another video, and today we try and help out those of you that are planning to use the free hit in Game Week 31. Now as you all know, my strategy is to use free hit in Game Week 32 and then wildcard in Game Week 34 for double Game Week 35. But I did suggest some other strategies to you, and I know not everybody is doing the same strategy, so I wanted to put out some videos that would help people doing the other strategies as well. So we are going to focus on which players you could potentially bring in for free hit 31 to really maximise your points in that game week and climb up the rankings. So if FPL content that is done to help you guys succeed in the Fantasy Premier League is something you want in your subscription box, consider subscribing and hitting that like button, and let's get on with the video. So first off, we have a look at Blank Gameweek 31, and as we can see there are 5 fixtures, 3 on the Saturday, 2 on the Sunday, and it isn't filled with many fixtures that really grab you as a fan. But there are some fixtures there that do grab you as a Fantasy Premier League manager who wants to get as many points from this game week as possible. On Saturday, we can see Bournemouth are at home against Newcastle, Burnley are at home against Leicester, and West Ham are at home against Huddersfield. And then on Sunday, we have Fulham at home to Liverpool and Everton at home to Chelsea. Now, of course, Liverpool and Chelsea are the big teams in this blank game week. But we do have Bournemouth, who have been very good at home. We have Burnley, who have been very impressive at home recently, having an upturn in their form since Tom Heaton has come back into the side. And we have West Ham versus Huddersfield. Huddersfield are pretty much one of the whipping boys of the Premier League at the moment. So those are all 3 fixtures where we could see some points. Newcastle and Leicester haven't been doing too bad either, but Huddersfield definitely have looked poor. Then of course Fulham have also looked poor and are facing Liverpool, who are racing Man City for the title. And then we have Everton versus Chelsea. Of course, Everton recently had a good performance against Liverpool, but haven't been that impressive in other fixtures. And then we have Chelsea, who did have that really disappointing defeat to Man City, but since then has seemed to kind of slowly been building up some momentum for themselves. So what we're going to do is look at each position and try and figure out the players we should be looking at and bringing in to our free hit 31 side. We start off with the goalkeepers, and the 4 goalkeepers I'm looking at are Arta Boruc. I know I've said that name wrong. For some reason in my head, I can't figure out how to say that name right now. Fabianski, Kepa and Alisson. Now, the Bournemouth keeper, that's what I'm going to call him because I know I'm butchering that name. He is the cheapest one there, followed by Fabianski, followed by Kepa, and then Alisson, of course, is the most premium route into that position. But Alisson is the one with the most points. 4 returns from the last 6, 4 clean sheets, 35 points, 4 bonus points, 14 saves. So Alisson is definitely worth considering if you want to put in an expensive keeper for that game week. And also they are playing Fulham. You'd think the way Liverpool's defence have been playing, they should be able to keep a clean sheet against Fulham if they really put their minds to it. Then you've got Kepa, slightly cheaper, 5.4 million. He's only returned 12 points in the last 6. He, of course, did miss out in the game after the Carabao Cup to Willy Caballero. So he's returned 1 in 6 with only 1 clean sheet, no bonus points, and 12 saves. So potentially the better route into Chelsea's defence may be the likes of David Luiz, Cesar Azpilicueta, for those potential attacking returns as well as potential clean sheet against Everton. Then you've got Fabianski, 21 points, 1 return from 6. He's got 1 clean sheet, but has 26 saves. So you might be able to pick up some save points. Maybe that's not that likely with West Ham versus Huddersfield, but a clean sheet definitely could be possible when Huddersfield go to the London Stadium. And then you have the Bournemouth goalkeeper against Newcastle, 22 points, 2 returns from 6, 1 clean sheet. He managed to get quite a few saves in one game, which got him enough points to be considered a return in a game week. And he got 4 bonus points as well and 27 saves. Those are the goalkeepers I'm looking at. You could also look at Tom Heaton, but although Tom Heaton has looked good and in form, he's not kept any clean sheets, so that is why we haven't considered him. We now move on to defenders, and we have picked some premium price defenders and some mid-range defenders. There are, of course, cheap ones. You just have to look at Newcastle, Huddersfield, potentially West Ham, Burnley, Fulham, for cheaper defenders, but these are the ones that look the most in form to me. And we are looking at the likes of Harry Maguire at 5.4, Virgil van Dijk at 6.6, Azpilicueta at 6.3, and Nathan Ake at 5 million. Now, Nathan Ake is the cheapest there, and potentially you could look at him as the weakest because he's got the least amount of points, only 1 return in 6, no goals, but 1 clean sheet. 2 attempts on goal is it as far as his attempts on goal. But what I will say is he looked massively impressive against that Man City side. And Bournemouth have been much improved at the Vitality Stadium recently. So I believe Nathan Ake against Newcastle at home could be one of those picks that could do well for you. There was also parts of the season where he was getting decent attacking returns as well, so that is why I like the look of him. We then got Harry Maguire at 5.4 million. He just beats out Chilwell and Ricardo Pereira for me. I mean, Ricardo Pereira has been very disappointing for those of you that brought him in from Game Week 27, but Harry Maguire just offers that goal threat that I think potentially could be big in Game Week 31 against Burnley. Burnley, one of the sides that aren't that good at defending crosses into the box and set pieces. And of course, Harry Maguire could benefit from that. He's got 14 points, 1 return from 6, scored 1 goal, no clean sheets though, but 10 attempts on goal, 8 from inside the box, 2 on target, 2 big chances, and 2 chances created, show his attacking underlying stats. And then of course we have Azpilicueta and Van Dijk from the 2 big teams in this blank game week. Azpilicueta looks very, very promising to me. He looks like he could be building an understanding with Higuain, similar to that of Morata. 27 points, 3 returns from the last 6, 3 assists, 2 clean sheets, 4 bonus points, 3 attempts on goal, all of them being on target, which is a bonus, and then 4 chances created. So I'm liking the look of Cesar Azpilicueta. And then of course Van Dijk in that Liverpool defence, 45 points, 4 returns from the last 6, 2 goals, 4 clean sheets, 5 bonus points. Those are ridiculous scores. However, the underlying stats aren't necessarily as good as other defenders in the league. And of course, you can consider Andrew Robertson, or if you need someone cheaper, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just like with Azpilicueta, there are other options like David Luiz you could consider as well. But those are the 2 that I would say are the priority to bring in with their recent performances. We then move on to the midfield, and we have Harvey Barnes at 5.5 million, Eden Hazard at 10.8, Sigurdsson at 7.2, and Isaac Hayden at 4.4. So we are going across the board with prices in this one. Now, Harvey Barnes is someone I brought in recently, and he has disappointed me, I'm not going to lie. But those underlying statistics are incredible. Now, you could look at Maddison, of course. You've got Tielemans as well. And potentially, with Brendan Rodgers just taking over, there's a chance he could lose his place. However, Harvey Barnes has looked very, very promising. A youngster just coming into the team. Brendan Rodgers seems to be the type of manager that doesn't mind giving youth a chance. And despite the fact that he's only got 13 points and 1 return in 6 with 1 assist, he's got 21 attempts on goal with 15 from inside the box. Now the issue is the shot accuracy with only 3 on target, 2 big chances, and he's not scored any of them. And chances created, he has created 7 chances. That does pale in comparison to Maddison, but at 5.5 million, you're getting someone in your side that could really allow you to spend big elsewhere. Speaking of spending big elsewhere, if you brought in Isaac Hayden at 4.4 million, he would let you spend big elsewhere, and he's got 29 points in the last 6 game weeks with 3 returns from 6, 1 goal, 2 assists, 4 bonus points. But his underlying stats also aren't bad, with 10 attempts on goal, 4 from inside the box, 2 on target, and compared to Harvey Barnes, he has actually scored a goal and got more assists. He's created 9 chances with 3 big chances, so Isaac Hayden has looked pretty good for his 4.4 million price tag. And then we get into some of the bigger budget, 7.2 million for Sigurdsson. Now Chelsea are a bit of an enigma, so you never know if they are actually really going to turn up for a game. So if Everton at home do overturn Chelsea, Sigurdsson looks like the man in form at the moment. With 27 points from the last 6 game weeks, he's returned only 1 in 6. However, he got 2 goals in that and 3 bonus points. He's had 10 attempts on goal, 7 from inside the box, 5 on target, 1 big chance, 4 chances created and 1 big chance. And to me, Sigurdsson is that quality player in that side. Richarlison, of course, is an option. However, I think a lot of you have had him in your teams for a while and he's not really been performing the second half of the season, very similar to the season before. So for me, Sigurdsson is the pick in that one. And then you got Eden Hazard at 10.8 million. He is Chelsea's main man, facing up against Everton. 28 points in the last 6, 2 returns from 6, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 bonus points. He's had good underlying stats though as well, with 14 attempts on goal, 11 from inside the box, 7 on target, 2 big chances with 13 chances created. The caveat to that is no big chances created though. Now, before you all go, where is Mohamed Salah or Sadio Mane? I know there are good options, but I'm presuming most people already own Mohamed Salah or Sadio Mane, and I know a lot of people own both right now. So that is why I've not suggested them, because I think, you know what, easy enough suggestions. But of course, they are great options for this blank game week. And then we move on to forwards, and we have Barnes again, but it's Ashley this time at 5.7 million. We have Rondon at 5.9, Higuain at 9.6, and Vardy at 8.9. Again, covering a lot of different price ranges there. Barnes and Rondon are the cheap ones, but they have been in form. Their underlying stats are pretty damn good, and Barnes is at home. Newcastle are away, which could hurt Rondon, but Barnes, 37 points from the last 6 game weeks, 5 returns in 6, 5 goals, 1 assist, 4 bonus points, 21 attempts on goal, 18 from inside the box, 9 on target, 5 big chances, 5 chances created, and 2 big chances created. Those are incredible for a £5.7 million midfielder. Now, I think there's still time to actually take advantage of this guy, because if you are planning a certain chip strategy, at some point you're going to be using your wildcard. And his fixtures are pretty decent up until about game week 34, 35 area, where a lot of people will have by then used their wildcard. So I think Barnes is a definite consideration right now. We then have Rondon at 5.9 million. The fixture isn't as good, but 28 points from the last 6, 2 returns from 6, 2 goals, 1 assist, 5 bonus points, 20 attempts on goal, 19 from inside the box, 8 on target, 3 big chances with 13 chances created and 1 big chance created. So again, another player really returning great stats for a £5.9 million player. And then we have Higuain at 9.6 and Vardy at 8.9. They're the premium option strikers in this blank game week 31, other than potentially Roberto Firmino. And for me, Roberto Firmino, if you're going to go that way, potentially Mane and Salah are the better option, whereas Higuain covers Chelsea. Vardy is, of course, a clinical striker who usually does well under new managers. So Higuain at 9.6, you've got 27 points from the last 5 games he's played in, because he wasn't around for 6. 2 returns in 5, 3 goals, 5 bonus points, 19 attempts on goal, 13 from inside the box, 5 on target, 1 big chance, 7 chances created, and 1 big chance created. Now, as you can see, not quite as good as the likes of Barnes and Rondon. And if you compare him to Vardy, he actually seems to take more shots from distance and doesn't have as many big chances as the other strikers in this list. If we look at Vardy, 8.9 million, we have a player that's got 23 points from the last 6 with 2 returns in 6, 3 goals, 4 bonus points, 12 attempts on goal, which is less than Higuain, but 11 from inside the box, which is almost the same. Then we've got 6 on target, which is 1 more on target than Higuain. So his shot accuracy is better than Higuain's. And then big chances, he's got more big chances as well, which suggests to me the type of shots he takes are in better positions. And then 6 chances created with 1 big chance created, which is very similar to Higuain. So guys, hopefully that has helped you with your player picks for blank game week 31 if you are using your free hit. Also, if you're not using your free hit, potentially I may have just highlighted a player to you that you're not thinking about, which would still help you out. So hopefully this has been a helpful exercise for you guys. I also plan to do a video for free hit 32, so hopefully that will be a very helpful exercise for you guys as soon as we know all the fixtures in game week 32. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also hitting that notification bell so you know when my videos go live. And also check out the link in the description for the FPL Wildcats, because we will be going live tonight, as long as I get this up on Wednesday, around 8:30. So come join us, ask us some questions, have some fun with us, and hopefully I'll see you there. All that being said, I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today. Remember, it's all about the game.